Jai Hind. One of the most common questions I receive from students is this: Sir, I am just an average student. Can I really clear the NDA examination? And every time I hear that question, I smile because the student asking that question has already made one big mistake. Not in studies, not in preparation, not in examination, but in judging himself. Somewhere along the way, he has convinced himself that NDA is only for toppers, only for brilliant students, only for extraordinary people, only for students who were born talented. And if you are watching this video right now, there is a good chance that you have had similar thoughts. Maybe you have looked at NDA toppers. Maybe you have watched success stories. Maybe you have seen coaching advertisements. And somewhere in your mind, a question appears. Can someone like me really do it? In the previous video, we discussed the different routes available to become an officer in the armed forces. We discussed National Defence Academy examination, Combined Defence Service, technical entries, AFCAT, and several other pathways. But among all these entries, NDA remains one of the most aspirational routes because it allows young students to begin with their officer journey. Immediately after the school, naturally, students ask themselves, am I good enough? Am I smart enough? Can I compete? And that is exactly what we are going to discuss today. This video is different, but let me make one thing very clear. This is not going to be a motivational speech. Motivation is temporary, but clarity lasts long. Today, I want to give you a clarity. I want you to understand what NDA really is, what it is looking for, what it is not looking for, and whether the fear in your mind is actually justified. So, let's start with the biggest myth. Only toppers clear NDA. Let me say this very clearly. That statement is absolutely false. Now, does NDA require hard work? Yes. Does it require discipline? Absolutely. Does it require serious preparation? Without a doubt. But does it require you to be the smartest students in your classroom? No. Why students doubt themselves? And this is where many students make a mistake. They compare themselves with the rank holders. They compare themselves with coaching advertisements. They compare themselves with social media success stories. And then they start doubting themselves. The result? Self-doubt. And self-doubt is more often dangerous than the examination itself. Because many capable students never fail in NDA. They eliminate themselves before the competition even begins. Some other common myths, and this is not the only misconception. There are several others. I hear statements like, Sir, I studied in a state board, so my English is weak. I came from a village. I cannot afford expensive coaching. So students from big cities have an advantage. If you have ever thought like this, you are not alone. Thousands of students think exactly the same way. Let me give an officer's perspective. I am sharing something from my experience. The armed forces of India represent every corner of this nation. I have seen officers from metropolitan cities. I have seen officers from small towns. I have seen officers from remote villages. I have seen officers from English medium schools as well as officers from ordinary government schools. Different states, different languages, different backgrounds, and different financial situations. Yet, they all wear the same uniform. You know why? Because what matters is not where you started. What matters is whether you are willing to improve. I am giving a lesson from my experience. Over the years, I have observed something very interesting. And I have seen highly intelligent students struggle because they lacked discipline. That taught me an important lesson. Success in NDA is rarely decided by intelligence alone. It is decided by habits. Can you wake up when you are supposed to wake up? Can you study when you don't feel motivated? Can you remain consistent for months? Can you keep improving when progress feels slow? These questions matters far more than most students realize. Now let me speak directly to different students watching this video. If you are currently studying in class 10th, you may be thinking, my maths is weak, my English is weak. Can I really compete? My answer is, it's a yes. You still have time. You have the opportunity to build a strong foundation. If you are studying in class 11, your concerns may be different. New subjects, more pressure, a larger syllabus, and perhaps the feeling that everybody else is already ahead. Trust me, most students feel exactly the same way. And if you are studying in class 12, the pressure becomes even greater. Board examinations, career decisions, expectations from family, expectations from society, and perhaps the biggest fear of all, what if I fail? Let me tell you something very important. Every serious aspirant experiences uncertainty. Every serious aspirant experiences self-doubt. Every serious aspirant wonders whether he is good enough. The difference is very simple. Successful candidates continue despite that doubt. They do not wait for confidence. They build confidence through their action. So, perhaps you are asking the wrong question. The question is not, am I extraordinary enough for NDA? This is the wrong question. The right question is, am I willing to become better than I am today? Because National Defence Academy is not searching for perfection. It is searching for potential. Potential to learn, potential to lead, potential to take responsibility, potential to serve. And if you possess that willingness to improve, then you already possess the most important requirement to begin this journey. Now that we have addressed the biggest myth surrounding NDA, let us move to the next important question. What exactly does NDA test? And why do so many students misunderstand the syllabus? Let us simplify the entire battlefield. Understanding the battlefield. Now that we have addressed the biggest myth surrounding NDA, let us discuss something practical. Because belief alone will not help you clear the examination. You also need clarity. And one of the biggest reasons students feel intimidated by NDA is because they don't actually understand what they are preparing for. They hear words like mathematics, general ability test, current affairs, SSB interview, officer-like qualities, and suddenly everything starts sounding complicated. But today, I want to simplify the entire process for you. Because once you understand the battlefield, preparing for it becomes much easier. Let us start with the basics. Most students think NDA is just a written examination. That is not true. The selection procedure consists of two major stages. First stage is the written examination. Second stage is the SSB interview. And both are equally important. Let me repeat that. Both are equally important. The most important realization I am going to tell you now. The written examination carries 900 marks. The SSB interview also carries 900 marks. I repeat, written examination 900 marks and SSB interview 900 marks. Think about that for a moment. The organization responsible for selecting the future officers has given exactly equal importance to the academics and personality. That itself tells us something very important. The armed forces are not looking only for students who can solve the questions and the riddles. They are looking for future leaders, future officers, future decision makers, people who can think, communicate, take responsibility, and perform under pressure. That is very important. Now let us break down the written examination. The written examination consists of two papers. Paper 1 is mathematics consists of 300 marks, and paper 2, the general ability test, commonly known as GAT. It consists of 600 marks. Mathematics 300 marks and GAT 600 marks. Total, it is 900 marks. And this is where many students make their first mistake. They focus almost entirely on mathematics, and generally they neglect the general ability test. Remember, GAT carries twice the weightage. A balanced preparation strategy is always better. Now let us discuss mathematics. The moment many students hear that word, they become nervous, especially students who struggle with mathematics in school. But before you panic, understand something. The NDA is not expecting you to become a mathematician. It is testing whether you possess a strong academic foundation. The mathematics syllabus broadly include algebra, trigonometry, matrices and determinants, coordinate geometry, calculus, vector algebra, statistics, and probability. As you hear these topics together, the syllabus may appear huge, but the reality is much simpler. Most of these concepts come from class 11th and 12th. That is why I always tell students, don't chase shortcuts in the beginning. Build concepts first. The strong foundation will always outperform memorized tricks. And here I want to give you an important reassurance. If mathematics currently feels difficult, don't worry. You are not expected to master everything immediately. Every successful candidate starts with weak areas. The difference is that they improve them gradually. One chapter at a time, one concept at a time, one day at a time. Here, I want to discuss about the general ability test. In my opinion, this is the one of the most misunderstood sections of NDA examination because it carries 600 marks. Yet, many students spend most of their preparation time elsewhere. Let us take part A. The first component is English. And the moment I say English, some students immediately become worried, especially those from regional medium schools. Let me reassure you, the examination is not testing your accent. It is not testing whether you sound like a news anchor. It is testing whether you can understand and communicate ideas clearly. That's all. The English section generally focuses on grammar, vocabulary, sentence formation, comprehension, understanding ideas, and expressing them correctly. These are skills, and skills can be developed. Coming about the part B, as it is the general knowledge. This is the second component of GAT. And this is where the syllabus becomes little bit more broader because it includes physics, chemistry, biology, history, geography, current affairs, science and technology, national and international events, defense-related developments, sports, awards, and several other areas. At this point, many students think, "Sir, how can I possibly study all of this?" My answer is very simple. One subject at a time. Now let us step back and look at the bigger picture. If we analyze the syllabus carefully, we notice something very interesting. Mathematics tests analytical ability. English tests communication ability. General knowledge tests awareness. SSB tests personality and leadership potential. So what is NDA actually trying to evaluate? It is evaluating whether you have the potential to become an officer, not merely whether you can memorize facts, not merely whether you can solve equations, but whether you possess a balanced personality. I am describing 5 pillars of NDA preparation. In my opinion, every serious aspirant should focus on 5 pillars: academics, communication, awareness, physical fitness, and character. Without academics, you cannot clear the written examination. Without communication, you struggle to express your ideas. Without awareness, you remain disconnected from the world around you. Without fitness, you are ignoring a fundamental requirement of military life. And without character, none of the other qualities can be sustained. Because character creates discipline, and discipline creates consistency. If you are currently feeling overwhelmed by the syllabus, I want you to remember one thing. Nobody prepares the entire syllabus in a single day. Nobody masters every subject in a single month. Every successful candidate starts exactly where you are today. One chapter, one subject, one improvement at a time. The syllabus is not conquered through motivation. It is conquered through consistency. Now that we understand the examination structure, the syllabus, and the qualities that NDA is actually looking for, the next question becomes practical. Where should you begin? Which books should you read? How should you study? How should you read newspapers? What mistakes should you avoid? And what should your daily routine look like? Let's discuss exactly that in the next section. Resources, newspaper reading, routine, and mistakes to avoid. Now that we understand what NDA actually tests and what the syllabus look like, the next logical question is, so where do I begin? And honestly, this is where many students becomes confused. Not because the syllabus is difficult, not because there is simply too much information available today. One person recommends 10 books, another recommends coaching, someone else say solve thousands of questions, a fourth person say focus only on current affairs. The result? Confusion. And confusion often leads to inaction. So let me simplify the process for you. Start with the basics. Whenever students ask me where to start, they usually expect a long list of books. In reality, successful preparation begins with mastering the basics. Mathematics, NCERT class 11th and 12th. Science, NCERT class 9th and 10th. History, NCERT class 6 to 10. Geography, NCERT class 6 to 10. English, daily reading habit. Current affairs, daily newspaper. These books may appear simple, but do not underestimate them. Strong buildings require strong foundations. Preparation is not different. Many students try to jump directly into advanced material. They start collecting books, buying courses, searching for shortcuts before they have mastered the basics. That approach rarely works. One lesson I have learned during years of competitive examination preparation is simple. Information is available everywhere today. The real challenge is not finding information. The real challenge is selecting the right information and studying it consistently. It is better to study one book thoroughly than to own 10 books that remain unread. Remember that. That is very important. Now many students immediately ask, so after NCERT, what's next? Once your foundation becomes strong, you can gradually move towards PYQs or previous year questions, then to mock tests and standard reference books. But don't worry about that today. We will discuss resources subject-wise in future videos. Right now, focus on building the fundamentals. Now let me discuss a habit that has transformed competitive examination preparation for generation. Reading a newspaper. Not scrolling headlines, not watching random social media reels. I tell, reading newspaper. The Hindu newspaper. Personally, I recommend developing the habit of reading Hindu newspaper, particularly editorials, national issues, international development, science and technology, defense news, government policies, important national events. So I would like to say, read for understanding, not for memorization. Initially, newspaper reading may feel difficult. You may not understand every article. That is completely normal. Even serious aspirants experiences that. The objective is not to understand everything. The objective is to gradually develop awareness. And awareness is one of the most important qualities expected from a future office. Equally important is the note making. Many students read extensively but revise very little. That is a mistake. Do not merely read and forget. Write down important events, important personalities, defense exercises, scientific developments, international developments, awards, government initiatives. Even a small notebook maintained consistently for a few months become a powerful revision tool. Now many students ask me, so how exactly should I read newspaper? Which editorials are important? How should I make notes? Which NCERT chapter should I focus on? Don't worry. We will discuss all these topics separately in upcoming videos. We will cover how to read newspapers effectively, how to make notes, subject-wise NCERT strategy, current affairs preparation, and many other aspects of defense preparation. Today's objective is to understand the roadmap. The detailed journey will follow. This is another question I hear frequently. So, can I clear NDA without coaching? My answer is very simple. Guidance is helpful. Mentorship is helpful. Coaching can be helpful, but self-study is non-negotiable. No coaching institute can study on your behalf. No mentor can wake up for you. No teacher can build discipline for you. That responsibility remains yours. If you have access to good guidance, use it. If you do not assume your journey has ended. Many successful candidates have succeeded through disciplined self-study. Now let us discuss some common mistakes, because sometimes success is not about doing more. It is about avoiding the wrong things. Mistake number 1, waiting for the motivation. Students often say, I'll start next Monday, I'll start next month, I'll start when I feel motivated. See, motivation comes and goes, but discipline, it will stay. Mistake 2, having no routine. Without a routine, preparation becomes random, and random preparations produces random results. Mistake number 3, excessive mobile phone usage. 1 hour become 2, 2 hours become 3, and before you realizes it, valuable preparation times has disappeared. Another mistake is ignoring physical fitness. Many students prepare only for the written examination. This is a serious mistake. The armed forces value both mental and physical capability. Another one is ignoring current affairs. Another big mistake is comparing yourself with the others. You are seeing somebody else's chapter 20 and comparing it with your chapter 1. This comparison is unfair. Focus on your own progress. There are people who make creating unrealistic timetables. A timetable that survives for 6 months is far more valuable than one that which survive only 6 days. Also, students depending entirely on coaching. See, guidance can help you, but responsibility always remains yours. Let me give you a very simple framework, not a rigid timetable, a framework I said, because every student's circumstances are different. Morning, do physical activities, running, exercises, sports, anything that improve fitness and endurance. School or college, pay attention, especially in mathematics and English. You know the reasons. Many students ignore classroom learning and later struggle unnecessarily. Evening, focused NDA preparation. The topic which I said you, mathematics, English, general knowledge, one subject at a time. And in night time, focus on newspaper reading, the current affairs. And after that, revision. Even 20 to 30 minutes every day creates a significant difference over time. See, fitness is not optional. This is one point which I want to emphasize very clearly. Fitness is not an optional activity for a defense aspirant. Fitness is part of preparation. You do not prepare for fitness after clearing the written examination. You prepare for fitness from the beginning. And remember, fitness is not about impressive muscles. It is about endurance, mental toughness, discipline, consistency. The very same qualities required to become an officer. Students often ask, so what is the secret to clear NDA examination? The answer is very simple. There is no secret. No magic book, no miracle shortcut, no hidden formula. The real secret is consistency. Wake up, train, study, read, improve, and repeat. Day after day, week after week, month after month. The candidates who can sustain this process are usually the ones who succeed. So far, we have discussed the mindset required, the examination structure, the syllabus, resources, newspaper reading, routine, and common mistakes. But before we conclude, there is one final aspect that deserves attention: the role of parents, and more importantly, what the NDA journey is truly trying to create. Because the objective is not merely to clear an examination. The objective is to build a future officer. Let's discuss that in the coming section. So far, we have discussed the mindset required to begin this journey. We have discussed the NDA examination structure, the syllabus, resources, newspaper reading, daily routine, and the mistakes aspirant should avoid. But before we conclude, I want to discuss something even more important, because NDA preparation is not merely about clearing an examination. It is not merely about securing a rank, and it is certainly not merely about wearing a uniform. The larger objective is to develop yourself into a future officer, and that process begins long before you enter the academy. At this point, I would like to speak directly to the parents watching this video. Many parents genuinely want the best for their children, and that is completely natural. But sometimes, out of concern, they unknowingly create additional pressure. Parents often ask, is my child intelligent enough? Can my child compete with students from bigger cities? Should I put my child into multiple coaching classes? What if my child fails? These concerns are understandable, but I would like to offer a different perspective. The NDA examination is not searching for perfect children. It is searching for young individuals who are willing to learn, improve, lead, and take responsibility. As parents, one of the greatest contributions you can make is not to make pressure. It is to support, encourage discipline, encourage reading, encourage sports, encourage curiosity, encourage responsibility. And most importantly, avoid unhealthy comparisons. Please do not compare your child with neighbors, relatives, friends, or social media success stories. Every child develops at a different pace. Comparison rarely creates confidence. More often, it creates anxiety. The confidence is something every future leader requires. Now let me speak directly to the students. Many of you are worried about your weaknesses. Some are worried about mathematics, some about English, some about current affairs, some about physical fitness, and some are worried about all of them together. That is perfectly normal. Remember this, no candidate starts fully prepared. Every successful officer was once a beginner. Every successful officer once struggled with something. Every successful officer once made mistake. The difference is simple. They continued despite those challenges. They did not wait to become perfect before they started. They started first and improved later. Many students think NDA preparation is all about clearing an examination. I disagree. The examination is only one part of the journey. The real objective is character building. Think about the qualities we discussed throughout this video: discipline, consistency, awareness, communication, physical fitness, responsibility, leadership. Now ask yourself a question. Are these qualities useful only for NDA? Of course not. These are qualities that help a person succeed in every walk of life. And that is why the preparation process itself has a value. because it transforms you. Let us revisit one point we discussed earlier. The written examination carries 900 marks. The SSB interview also carries 900 marks. That is not a coincidence. The armed forces understand something very important. Knowledge matters, but character matters too. An officer may be required to make decisions under pressure, lead people in difficult situations, take responsibility when things go wrong, and inspire confidence in others. These qualities cannot be memorized from a book. They must be developed over a period of time. As we move forward, I want this platform to become a complete roadmap for the defense aspirants. In the coming videos, we will be discussing mathematics preparation strategies, English comprehension techniques, current affairs preparation, newspaper reading, NCERT strategy, history, geography, science, SSB preparation, officer-like qualities, fitness, leadership, and many other aspects of the defense journey. My objective is not simply to help you pass an examination. My objective is to help you understand the profession you aspire to join. Because an informed aspirant becomes a better candidate and eventually a better officer. Let me conclude with one final thought. If you are waiting to become extraordinary before you begin preparing, you may never start. Every officer's journey begins as an ordinary student with an extraordinary dream. The difference is not talent alone. The difference is what that student chooses to do every single day. One workout, one newspaper article, one chapter, 1 hour of focused study, one improvement at a time, over weeks, over months and years. Those small efforts create remarkable results. So, stop asking yourself whether you are extraordinary enough. Ask yourself whether you are disciplined enough. Because extraordinary officers are often built from ordinary students. Before we conclude, I want you to remember one important point. NDA is an excellent route to become an officer, but it is not the only route. Many students watching this video may already be in college. Some may have crossed the NDA age limit. Others may discover their dream of joining the armed forces a little later in life. Does that mean their officer journey is over? Absolutely not. In our next video, we will discuss one of the most important officer entry schemes available for the graduates, the Combined Defense Services Examination, commonly known as CDS. We will understand who can apply, eligibility conditions, the examination pattern, training academies, career opportunities, and how this route has helped thousands of graduates earn their commission as officers in armed forces. So, whether you are a school student, a college student, or a parent trying to understand the different pathways to military leadership, make sure you join me in the next video. Until then, stay disciplined, stay curious, keep improving, and keep moving forward. Jai Hind.